Hi, Mark Miller with Synaptic. I'm here to take you through data cloud architecture utilized by Agentforce during a standard Agentforce build out. There seems to be a lot of confusion about whether or not data cloud is needed or leveraged inside of an Agentforce project. I'm here to kind of dispel some of the myths around this and alleviate any concerns. So, first of all, it takes an understanding to know what's going on during a normal LLM request. So, the vector database is leveraged to index data and understand where it sits. It's a three-dimensional index and can index very large amounts of information. But that doesn't actually store the data itself. It's just to think of that as a pointer as to where the data resides. That data needs to get chunked up and handed to the LLM along with semantic relevance. So we have a process. Let's say you type in a question to a Agentforce agent, and you want that question answered. That question, we search for semantic relevance in the, let's say, related knowledge articles, the chunks of data that represent the articles, and we pass that up to the large language model because you don't want to pass up the entire knowledge base with each question, right? You want to pass up the things that are only relevant to that query. Once that's passed up, the large language model will respond. But you need kind of all these processes I talked about are marked in red here. Salesforce had a choice to go build that new separately as a part of the Einstein trust layer or leverage what they already had in Data Cloud. But the challenge was Data Cloud is a much larger project. It does a lot more things than what I just described there. So what they did is just utilize these pieces, and then they made the setup of these pieces trigger automatically when you set up the trust layer. So, and when you install data libraries, for instance, or point it at your knowledge articles, it will automatically index and chunk up those knowledge articles for you and redo that each night as you add new knowledge articles, for instance. So, as far as licensing goes, you're not licensing all of Data Cloud to do that. You're licensing just these elements. Salesforce has included these elements and these licenses enough to cover plenty of consumption for a standard Agentforce use case. So there's really nothing for you to do here. You don't need to hire a data cloud expert. They're just leveraging this inside of their Agentforce functions. So I hope that makes you feel a little more comfortable about how data cloud is getting leveraged. If there's still any concerns there, or you need additional information on the data cloud usage or how this functions at all, please reach out. My name is mark.miller at synaptic.build. Thanks so much.